Have you suffered from triggers as a result of your childhood sexual abuse trauma? Traumatic triggers can be a simple passage from a song on a radio, a television show, a movie, something you've read, or perhaps an off comment by someone you've met. Other triggers, for example, can come from abrupt sounds, odors, and various environmental factors, and of course, from many other things as well. Triggers can elicit an emotional and physical response that will take you back to the horrible event you experienced earlier in life. Triggers are unique to the person and their specific traumatic experience. Therefore, what may trigger one person may not necessarily be experienced by the next. Triggers can last a lifetime, but there is some hope. Triggers can be less intense and less frequent, with support and therapy. As an adult survivor of childhood sexual abuse who is now in his 60s, I have recently dealt with a trigger. Hi, this is Kurt B. Ellis, an author who self-publishes with Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing. My book is about a little boy that grew up in the South during the repressive 1960s and was horribly sexually abused. My soon-to-be-released realistic fiction book was inspired by actual events in my lifetime. My story is centered around my life, a life that has been a journey from early boyhood sexual abuse and its effects, my struggles to overcome, my unwavering determination to survive, and my dogged determination to succeed and make something out of myself. Stay tuned and let me share more information about a trigger that I recently experienced. My sexual abuse began when I was 6 and lasted 11 years. As an adult, I've had to deal with triggers, amongst many other issues. At my lowest since my sexual abuse, I needed much help and therapy in my early 40s. I finally found help with EMDR therapy, which was a game changer. My flashbacks and nightmares immediately stopped, and I got my life back on track. My therapist sternly warned me that I might deal with triggering events for the rest of my life, and to be careful, protective, and try to avoid potential triggering events. And yes, I did have a few triggering events for the next 10 years, but then amazingly, in my early 50s, my triggers seemed to stop. So I honestly thought that triggers were behind me. In November 2022, I was at my son's home babysitting my grandchildren while my son and his wife were on a vacation. I got the children to bed and I thought I'd watch a little TV, so I picked Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale. I came to the slut shaming scene a few episodes in, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. With my head spinning, I lay on the couch, crying profusely, wrapped in my arms to console myself. I had just remembered another horrid detail I had suppressed for over 50 years. This memory was so vivid, with such incredible detail. It became another repressed event that I decided to write about in my upcoming book. So in my case, traumatized sexual abuse victims can suffer triggers at any time, even when they think they are over them. The good news is that I rationalized my fears and recovered from this trigger quite quickly, not letting it get me down. If you're interested in my soon-to-be-released book, I need you to subscribe to my email list. I will use emails to send you weekly newsletters and updates about this and all my latest releases. To subscribe, you'll need to visit my website, enroll, and opt in with your email. As a thank you for subscribing, I will reward you with a free gift. Please join my safe and secure mailing list to stay up with everything new. Advanced reviewers are needed for my upcoming book. However, I will give you a free copy of my book in exchange for an honest review and rating on Amazon.com. For all you eager readers, please use this link to sign up for my advanced reviewer team now. Also, click on the links below and see my published books. Like my video, hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. And don't forget that your feedback is always greatly valued and much appreciated. I'd love to hear from you, so please leave your comments below. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful day.